viewings, or hope this works. It's kind of a weird premise to make everybody sync up their own viewing.
Well, you know.
It's a fun challenge, and we need some fun challenges right now because
Yes.
we're all bored.
So much home. I have, other than going to the grocery store, I have not left my apartment for weeks. So that is it. It has definitely been a little bit much. So you're still going to work though, yes?
Yeah, so I work for the city of Vancouver.
Okay.
I'm an archive assistant,
Nice.
and they've deemed us essential workers. And yeah, it's a bit stressful.
Has, are
Yeah,
you exposed to the public in any way, or are you managing to be?
we're we're no longer exposed to the public. You have to, if you do want to come in to see us, you have to do a call in, and we try and kind of take care of them over the phone, as opposed to like actually having to see them. And then we've also undertaken like new ways of cleaning our desks and cleaning our areas and social distancing. So part time, I am at home. So I work 2 or 3 days a week.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, but the institute that I'm doing my studies at is still technically open, but you have
Wow.
to there can only be one of you within 20 square meters. So this
Oh,
is,
wow.
we have to make sure that so basically you can't have more than one person in an office, and there are 4 people per office most of the time. So it's kind of like, oh,
Uh,
I'll just stay at home. It's okay.
yeah. Are you able to like do what you need to do at
Yeah,
home?
thankfully
Are you able to like do what you need to do at
yeah,
home?
thankfully
Sorry.
Are you able to like do what
what is
you need to
happening?
do at
The
home? Why is it happening
Yeah.
again?
my I'm doing a PhD, and a good chunk of my stuff is in the writing process now. So I have things to work on that I can do from home, and we have access to the servers and all of that from remotely. So that was good. But a bunch of my lab work was in process, and all of that is now suspended at this point. So we just have to wait until things are moving again. There's just nothing I can do. So do what I can while I am here, kind of thing. But it was safer it was easier for me to stay here to do the work than it was for me to come back to Canada and stay put while everything was going on, especially since we didn't know when this was going to end, and we still don't really. So
Yeah, no.
yeah. So what's the current lockdown situation in Vancouver? Like, do you guys have dates at this point, or no?
No. It's basically everything right now is so they're asking people to stay at home as much as possible, but people are still like restaurants are closed, like any kind of areas like businesses that there might be more than one person in there, those are all closed, which means that it's just basically grocery stores are open now,
Yeah.
drugstores are
Yeah.
open, sort of essential services kind of thing. But yeah, it's rough.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
look forward to being able to go to a restaurant and a beer garden again.
Yeah.
And it's like, of course,
Yeah.
it's beautiful outside for both of us right now, and you just
Yeah.
want to be out doing things, and you can't. We're only allowed to
Yeah.
have 2 people traveling together unless you're a family here. So there's no. I mean, they're really making sure that the social distancing is happening, which is great. Which is I do not frown upon
Good.
this. I think it's great, but kind of impedes things.
Yeah.
So yeah. So Tyler, are you gonna want to do our introduction in like 2 minutes?
I'm doing an introduction.
A little one, like.
I have nothing written.
Yes, I know, but you're the off the cuff guy. I'm the one that has to write shit out.
Oh,
Not you.
come on.
I'm just gonna get a
Of
lozenge
course.
so that I don't cough. Guys, I'll be right back.
Byron's messaging me saying you're already live. We know.
I'm writing messages to tell people what we're doing.
Do you have the YouTube channel up?
Yeah, it's open.
Cool.
How do I send the link? Shit.
Okay, that'll be way classier. Now I'm not gonna be like hacking my brains out at you guys.
Yeah, that might be me. So I don't know if there's much. I should probably turn the volume off on my phone so that we're not getting weird little pings and all of that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Okay, it is 7:59, not one. It is 1:59 for me, but 7:59 for you. I tried to get a nap this afternoon. It did not happen. Nope.
Okay, give it a couple more minutes. I have people texting me trying to get in.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we want to be nice and let people manage to get to their computers and. Oh yes, crap! My thing is now crashing. I have to reboot, and all of these things that always happen whenever you're trying to do something for a very specific time, and all of that kind of.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, every meeting, it's like somebody has a failure. We're still doing like departmental meetings and all of that kind of stuff, but we're doing it using like Zoom and things like that. But it works relatively well considering that we have like 60 people in our department that we have to get to join a meeting and all of that kind of stuff.
Whoa,
But it's
that's really huge. I think the most that I've had, it was a birthday party that a friend
nice.
had on Zoom. And there's like 10 of us. It was really fun, actually. It totally worked. And I've been doing my belly dance classes through
Excellent.
Zoom, and it's so fun. I like it better at home. It's less intimidating. The commute is
Yeah,
amazing.
really. It's
Ju-
so much
It's
time
so
saved by not having to leave your house.
yes, it's really fun. And like just like not having to compete with anyone else like in the class, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I look amazing.
So they are, how many people are in the class along with you, or are you teaching?
No, I'm taking this
You're
class
taking it.
because it's
Cool.
from a very specific, amazing instructor that I've always wanted to learn from.
Nice.
So there's 8 of us, and yeah, it's pretty fun. All of us are more like pretty advanced, so we're able to get really specific. And I wasn't too sure how Zoom would work because the teacher needs to stop and start a lot, but she just ended up making the class like half an hour longer.
Okay.
So we do it for like an hour and a half, and then yeah, we're able to sort of fit everything in. It's
Nice.
really fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
This is a good. Yeah, that's a. I haven't taken advantage of any of like the online exercise classes yet, but it's. I have been considering it for like yoga or something like that, just to get a
Yeah,
little bit more
something gentle.
movement in my day than currently is happening.
Yeah. It's hard right now. I'm just not motivated. I want to like be on the couch and cuddle and like be
Yeah.
scared.
And this is why we do these things so that everybody can like be distracted for a couple of hours.
Yes,
That would and
I
with
love
with
it.
with an awesome fun movie. With,
I'm actually finding I think this easier to deal with of the fact that I go into work
yeah,
every day.
yeah, indeed.
I
It is
think I could
easier.
handle sitting at home.
Yeah, I just find like I feel bad coming into like a home with other people after work, like thinking that
Yeah,
maybe I was exposed to
yeah,
something. That's the only thing that's always on my mind that I'm like, I'm gonna bring something home. We have pretty good, Russ has set up like a station at the front door so you can like sanitize and little instructions everywhere of like wash your hands and stuff
nice.
so that all the roommates are safe. But I still feel a little, there's like a little piece of me that's like I should probably just stay away.
Mm,
But
mm. Yeah, I mean, the bonus for me is that I live alone, so I don't have anyone here with me that I can. That I mean, it means I'm not going out anyway, but still, like I don't have to worry about bringing things back. That would be challenging. I can understand that for sure.
mhm.
All right.
Are you allowed to go for walks?
Sorry.
Are you allowed to go for walks?
Yes. Yeah, we're not. It's not quite as strict here as it is like in France, for instance, where they can't even do that. And one of my good friends lives in Bordeaux, so she is experiencing that, and it's quite hard. But yeah, here you can go for walks. You just can't be in the company of more than one other person unless you are a family group that lives together already, kind of thing. So yeah,
Right.
and there's some nice
Okay.
hiking around here, so I just haven't been motivated to do it. So
I'm sure. comes to like week 20, you'll be
Oh
out
God.
there. You'll like
Yeah.
you'll
And maybe even before that, like maybe this weekend if the weather is good. All right, where do you think we're at? Shall we get the party started here, Tyler?
Yeah, I'm just trying to make our chat live because one of my friends just texted me and told me that because of something wrong with the chat.
Oh,
I think I got it.
okay. Thank you.
Trying to work shit out.
No,
By the way, one of my friends texted me to appreciate that we're all drinking while we're doing this.
well, you know,
Because
it is.
why not?
It's an appropriate time of the day for these things. And
Well,
even
for
us.
one of us it's 5, for another one of us it's 8, and for one of us it's 2 o'clock in the morning. So
yeah, we're good.
I mean, it's not even like I'm pretending this is breakfast or anything.
who eats breakfast at 2 a.m.?
Sometimes me. It depends on if I'm still up or going to stay up.
Power through.
Yeah, well, this is like basically I'll probably end up treating today like a jet lag day. Like when I come back from North America, I always just end up staying up for the entire. Usually, it ends up being about 36 hours, kind of thing, because it takes about 20 hours to do the travel from where I live in Canada to here, and then just I have to try and stay up until the evening so that when I go to bed, it's like a normal time to go to bed, and I get up at a semi-normal hour. Otherwise, I fall asleep at like 2 in the afternoon, and then I'm screwed up for weeks. So
Wow, that's really smart. That's so
it
like
doesn't always work out.
diligent of you.
Sometimes it fails miserably, but most of the time it's good. So,
Okay.
all right.
Do we want to think about getting this
Yes.
going?
Indeed.
Jump in eventually.
Yeah.
It just might be a little behind.
It might be.
So I will continue to say that what you see on the screen currently for anybody listening is where you should play and pause your movie so that when we do the countdown, everybody should be within a second or two of each other.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all set.
Yes.
We'll just give everybody else a couple of minutes.
Yep.
Christine, seeing as you're the new person here, you want to introduce yourself and plug anything if you have anything to plug?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so I'm Christine. Formerly, some people know me still internationally from the show The Liquidator. It's still playing in 26 countries, which is crazy to me because I did it back in 2011. I did the first 3 seasons. It was really fun. But I'm also known for Maitland's Attic. So I sell all sorts of fun toys and collectibles, mostly from the 80s and 90s. All the things you remember, your Care Bears, your Cabbage Patch Kids, your Troll Dolls, your Snap bracelets. So people can follow me either at Christine Liquidator if they just want to see a little bit of my life, or they can follow Maitland's Attic. And it's Maitland's named after the couple from Beetlejuice who went off the bridge and died. People always ask me what that's about.
Awesome.
So that's who I am. And I love this movie. I'm so excited that we're doing this movie. I still remember seeing it in the theater, and I remember all my friends hated it. And I was like, what? It's the best movie ever.
But so you were one of like the 12 people that saw it in theater? That's amazing.
What city were you living in at the time?
So I was in Vancouver.
You were in Vancouver even then. I feel like I wonder if it even ever hit Ottawa, because Ottawa, of course, was like, you know,
well, the place where fun died.
There, then.
Well, because we talked before this all started that it had been cut down to only 85 theaters.
Yeah, 85, 87, somewhere like a tenth of
somewhere
what
around
it was
there.
supposed to be. It was crazy.
It bombed. It bombed real bad.
Yeah, so bad. It was so bad. Aww. And that's why we.
I mean, the first time I saw this movie, I also saw it in theater, but it was like months later, and I saw it at the Mayfair here in Ottawa.
The repertory kind of stuff. Yep. Nice.
Yeah.
So is that sort of like a second tier theater where like they show older stuff?
Yeah, they tend to show movies of like a different generation, like Rocky Horror Picture Show, Breakfast Club, like And occasionally they'll show the blockbusters, but they get their hands on it like a month or two after, and
Right.
then they'll
Okay.
mix it in. It's kind of like a specialty theater.
Yeah, we've got the Rio, and we used to have the Ridge Theater. I like that. So that's cool. That's a cool place to view this
Yeah,
movie.
it's a
Kind of in a
Yeah, I mean, like when
retro.
they show Rocky Horror Picture Show, you actually have to get dressed up.
That
So
should always be the rule.
it's impressive to see. Okay, Karen, why don't you introduce yourself? Seeing as we
Okay.
have time.
Well, my name is Karen, and I am the other portion of the pop cult. Pop, ex, blah, blah, blah. I also cannot talk, so there's that. The other part of the Pop Cult Experience podcast, and I met Tyler in Ottawa many years ago, but now I'm living in Germany and doing my PhD here. But we do this thing together across the ocean and have a lot of fun doing it. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on. And I love this film. I saw it not in theaters, sadly. Unfortunately, that time of my life was not so much. There was no money, so there was no movie theater watching really. But I caught up with it a couple years later and thought it was fantastic. And yeah, and I'm really really happy to be doing this kind of thing with it. I think that it's important that this it's definitely so representative of like the Gen X teenage years of that time. It's like you can see little bits of my life, and many people who grew up then will. So I think it's a really great one to promote. So there we go. All right.
Cool.
So do we want to actually get
Is
going?
there is
Is
there a
there a who and a what?
character that you guys like each relate to more?
A character that
Like, are
we
you a
relate to?
Gina or a Lucas or a Corey?
I am well. Yeah. So Tyler, you can go first on that one. We already know who you are.
Um, yeah, I would have to go with Lucas.
He was my favorite.
I I'm thinking troubled past, kind of a fuck up, but with a heart of gold. It's like one of the losers that always just tries to do better for everybody else. It's what I get at him, and that's how I kind of feel I like to live.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about you, Karen? Who do you like sort of
I would
relate
say
to
I'm
or like?
somewhere in between Corey and Gina. I'm not really like I'm definitely an achiever kind of person because I mean I'm doing a PhD. Come on, but I'm also like I was never one to be really obeying the words of the parents and studying hard all of the time. I was definitely a little bit more of a party chick than that, and I got into more than my fair share of trouble perhaps. So yeah, I would say I'm
So what
somewhere.
you're saying is you're a combination of all three?
No, I'm not quite as like morose as Deb's character. I would say. So yeah, I don't think I wasn't that kind of demonstrative of my emotional. Well, maybe actually Mandy might tell me I'm lying because she has joined the has joined the stream, but I try not to be quite so overly dramatic, but maybe I'm wrong. She could tell me.
Teenage
And
years.
Christine, you.
Um, so I think I wanted to be like Corey because she was beautiful to Liv Tyler. I mean, come on. Um, and I thought her Liv Tyler's dad, Steven Tyler, was the planet. But I think I was actually more of a Deborah, unfortunately. Yeah, I was a bit dramatic and yeah, a bit of a drama queen. I had an acting background, did a lot of commercials, so it was like all the emotions are really big, and everyone sucks. But yeah, no real follow through. I feel like the pink Bic shaver thing was, yeah, I get that theme.
There we go. Okay.
Okay, and seeing as we have some listeners and some commenters, if anybody at home would like to write in on the comment section and let us know what character they most relate to, feel free, and I will read it on air as we go. Because as Karen mentioned, I see that Mandy and Scott have joined it. My friends Aaron and Sarah are in here somewhere as well.
Hi, Aaron and Sarah. Hi.
Hello,
What was
everyone.
it? Mandy and Scott. Hi, guys.
Okay. I think.
Okay, give her one more minute, and then we'll fire this fucker up.
We'll start at the quarter past the hour kind of thing. That seems like a reasonable time to start things.
Seems like a good time.
Besides, it also gives me.
Okay, so does everybody listening at home have their version set up to what you can see on the screen currently? Is the question.
And fill your glasses.
It should be around the 28 to 30 second mark somewhere. Importante. Oh, I'm excited.
You did it!
I already watched half of this movie just trying to set it up for the timing of the opening scene because I just let it play.
I am prepared now.
Uh-oh.
Audio is
I don't like
quiet
that.
for everyone else at home. I don't know if I can do much about that, unfortunately. Let's see. Maybe I'll see if I can up my volume a little bit.
Do it.
I really liked that you guys spoke to all the resources that are at libraries right now that people don't realize. So make sure that you go and get your library card. That was one of my first jobs after finishing school recently. Sign up for Hoopla. You get streaming movies, new and old, audiobooks. There's podcasts on there. There's ebooks. There's e-comics. So it's so good that you guys mentioned that. The library is an amazing resource, and you do not have to set foot in a library. You just get your card number, and you sign up for all these amazing free sources.
Actually, Mandy, who has joined the stream, is works for the Ottawa Library. So I had an in. So I was like, tell me all the things, because of course you're exactly right. There are so many resources there that people just don't know anything about. So, and
they just don't think, because we're so educated that libraries are just books. So it's so fun that you guys even mentioned it. So resources, your tax dollars pay for them.
Exactly.
Now I know we're repping Mandy here, and with all of her access to the resources you just mentioned, you'd think that she'd know that this movie was only made 25 years ago.
What?
It was made
because according to her comment, she watched this movie 30 years ago.
Oh. Nope. That's Scott that says that.
No, Scott has never seen the movie, according to the comment. And by the way, Scott, how have you not seen this movie?
Missing out, deprived.
Well, at least he's going to get to watch it amongst friends and fans.
All right. Shall I take the Shall I take the starting screen down now?
Yeah, you can take that down. Okay. We got a couple of people in here. Everybody else can figure out where we are. We'll just keep mentioning kind of timestamps as we go through now and then.
Okay. All right. Let me take that away. If I can.
Mandy just coughed up a Homer Simpson with a dough.
We have to reserve the right.
Oh, look at that!
All right.
Look at that fun YouTube screen. It's amazing.
Okay, it is time to go.
Okay.
So, countdown.
So, if everybody's ready, countdown. We're going to go 5, 2, 3, 2, 1, play. Are we good? Yep. We set? Let me find my button. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 1, play. Oh, such a good song to start off with.
So good. The Honeymoon is Over by The Cruel Sea. See, did my homework.
There it is. She knows what she's doing.
We're still doing homework, and we're not in high school anymore. Amazing how much.
Some things are more important than high school.
Sorry?
Yeah, this is far more important than high school.
Exactly. So, by the way, who else, after seeing this movie, wanted to work in a record store? Because I did. Fucking right. Looked like so much fun.
Oh my God, how dreamy is Lucas?
Ah, Gina.
Of course.
Now, how the fuck did my movie start in French? I'm gonna have to figure this out.
Oh, Will, you remember it all.
Oh, he remembers. He just doesn't pay any attention. Drumsticks. If I had a pair of drumsticks, I would have them right now, but I don't own a pair of drumsticks.
Well, I guess we should mention that the two people who started the movie and who were just first on screen met a year before this while filming Love in 45, starred in this together, and then also starred in A Low Life together, also in 95. And I believe we're dating at the time of this movie. Possibly.
I do believe so. We should also mention, the director, Alan Moyle, and the writer, Carol Heikkinen. They, super cool people themselves. Oh no.
Music
my
down.
Friend Erin just chimed in the comments saying that she worked in a record store because of this movie.
Oh, I'm jealous.
So Erin was working in a record store exactly like this movie? That's what I want to know.
Obviously it was. It had to be exactly like this movie.
Must be.
Because if it wasn't a record store I wanted to work at, it was a Blockbuster or something, because I'm a huge movie buff. Yeah. And having people ask me for my recommendations on movies was like always a dream of mine. One of the reasons I wanted to start a podcast, so I could review movies and talk about this stupid shit.
So this lived today by the Ape Hangers.
Mm-hmm.
My friend Sarah did not want to work in a record store, or at least did not work in a record store, and deems this to be the best song.
It is. The music for this movie is perfect, I think.
And Erin has chimed in to say that she worked at Sam the Record Man, and unfortunately the rumors are not accurate, that it's not quite as this movie would dictate it to be.
Maybe
man.
I mean, my understanding is that Music
Fuck
World...
Sam the Record Man. This is Music Town. No, wait, this is Empire Records.
Oh, Lucas. See, he gives up all of his good luck. Right?
I know.
Right there.
What did he do that for? Spent it all.
And honestly, if he had pulled that handle and she hadn't have won, would she have been fucking happy?
No, probably not. He might have gotten a beat down from an old...
She just wasted somebody's 25 cents or whatever those machines are worth.
Possibly they're winning. People get really picky about that stuff in casinos. I've seen it.
Oh, God, yeah. Very territorial.
I counted it twice.
Twice.
He followed one rule. One.
He did. He counted it twice. Yeah. I'm fairly sure that we wouldn't have even had to have played the movie. We could have just recited it word for word.
Yeah.
Played all the characters.
You are sex. I love what she says. Who says that? You are sex.
People in movies say that. That's who says that. Did you guys know?
Well, the dialogue in this movie can't be 5x5 the entire way through. I'll give it 95% good, though. All the dialogue, the deliveries. This is top-notch fucking movie making right here.
I have to say, cheers to that.
Cheers.
Yes.
And everybody at home, cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
Hold on.
Thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Oh. You used to be cute.
Oh dear.
This is where he suddenly looks like a child again. He loses that confidence, and he does look like a pure child. You realize he's a teenager.
Might be in trouble.
Mark, right? Oh, he's so cute.
No. As Karen, because we were talking about drinking games for this movie earlier, I think any time that Lucas says something fucking philosophical,
Like
that should be
Buddhist
when people
almost.
take a
That
drink.
could be a good one. I think Ethan Embry's character, Mark, is probably just him. from what I understand.
I know, right?
Of,
So natural. He's so adorable.
yeah, from what I understand of what he was like at the time of filming of this movie, this is what he was like.
Hey, Joe.
He's still adorable, actually. Anytime I've seen him.
Totally. Rex Manning Day. We should drink every time they say Rex Manning.
Oh, there you go. I'm down.
I would be.
Let's light up the fireball.
Like an hour.
Fireball.
Karen just slowly slides out of frame.
Okay. We also have to take a drink every time they say open till midnight.
Yes.
Oh, yes. For everybody listening, we have drinking games that happening. Get in on it. Oh, there's another drink.
I was preemptively drinking when it happened.
That is one elaborate record store, by the way.
It is.
The Sam the Record Man that used to be in Vancouver was very similar to this. It was several floors, though. And it was kind of a little bit dodgy. It was right downtown on Seymour Street, and it was where everyone hung out. There was a whole street that was all music stores. And so, yeah, I have to say that this, and it was messy, and the kids were like weird. And I dated this guy named Farouk, and his nickname was Fariki Farouk, and he worked at Sam the Record Man. And I felt so cool that I was dating Fariki Farouk from Sam the Record Man.
Joe has figured out the problem.
No.
My friend Sarah had a huge crush on Ethan Embry, much like everybody else that is in this podcast. Even I will say I have a crush on Ethan Embry. Not as much as Gina, though. And there is a scene in a couple of, about halfway through this movie that I may have to take my headset off and just enjoy.
Rex Manning.
Oh, Rex Manning. There you go. Barely paying attention.
I'm trying to figure out how they would put this.
Now, did she say Rex Manning
Broadway
Day
show.
or just mention his name?
Say again?
His name. I say we just drink.
I'd say we just drink.
Aaron is calling you out on which scene that is.
Yes, the apron scene. Of course, the apron scene.
Love.
How can that not?
scene.
How can that scene not get stuck in any at the time teenage young adults fucking male's brain? Like Jesus.
Well, especially like she was wearing cute little black undies
the little
under
black-
that. Even I was like, turn on.
Yeah. I love the look. Just the blank stare.
One.
1:37 exactly.
I love that.
Well, if you love that, then pay attention just before the scene where Corey goes up onto the rooftop.
It's actually timed.
When we get there, I'll let you know. But let's just say AJ looks at his watch and it's a certain time, and during the running time of the movie, if you watch the counter, a certain amount of minutes later, she shows up on the roof.
Oh my god.
So that was actually planned out.
So beautiful. That's amazing.
Hey, Joe.
M&M.
Oh, I don't have M&Ms. Orange. Mm-hmm.
They're like, crap.
Yeah.
Choose the music.
Christine, you're up.
Oh, right. Oh, no. What is this one? Is this Seems? Yes, it seems by Queen Sarah Saturday. Mark plays this song in the record store, and they all dance while singing it up.
Holy fuck, she's got the whole homework out.
Yeah, she has notes. She is prepared.
She's taking notes.
I nerded out a bit today. I was a little excited to do this today.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, well, I was following you on Instagram, and just the mention after mention after mention after mention after, I was like, wow. I'm like, we didn't even put as much effort into advertising this. Oh,
Privileges revoked.
Using that veto, man.
stuff will make you go sterile. Maybe I want to be sterile. Oh, but why ruin it?
Yeah.
Drink it up.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, sexy.
Yes, so
You know you can watch
sexy.
this entire video, right? They made the whole thing.
Yes.
It was
They
only
did.
supposed to be a 17-second spot, but the second line director, whoever went out to film this, decided to film the entire video. That's fucking amazing. Showed up to the director with an entire full 4-minute long music video.
Apparently he was styled after Tom Jones, Rod Stewart, and just general trash.
It's perfect. There was
Now,
actually
did
a
Corey and
special
Gina
edition.
plan skirts?
Sorry?
I said, did Corey and Gina call each other up in the morning and plan their skirts?
Probably. I think I had Gina's skirt, as a matter of fact. I was like,
Yeah, the
wait,
little
I think I owned
plaid
that
skirt.
thing.
Yeah, that was definitely a thing. The tiny plaid skirt.
Oh. And I'd like to mention that Lucas didn't come back from Atlantic City empty-handed. He has a bucket of coin. He didn't lose it all.
Something. It's something.
Or did he just collect it between...
And what's it doing there? Oh, I don't think so.
Oh, no.
Recirculating. Oh, no.
Don't worry, it's going to become art later.
AJ, something to work on. By the way, are we all aware that now live a romantic interest of 2 AJs?
That is true.
AJ in this movie, and Ben Affleck's character in Armageddon is named AJ.
Good fact.
There's a little bit of fact for you. It's not all fun and games here. I mean, it is a nice couch.
If I could have had
What
a
print
leopard
is that?
couch, I would have...
That leopard?
Or is that cheetah?
Yeah, leopard. Or cheetah.
That might be a
Oh,
cheetah
cheetah.
couch, actually.
So that's a fast fucking couch.
Yep.
Maybe that explains the later scene. Who knows?
Or you can get up with it.
I had an
Riley,
orange velvet
what are you doing?
plush couch at one point in time. It was pretty friggin' amazing. Oh, we're being reminded.
I had red velvet.
Make me proud. Oh, Riley, don't whine. My blind puppy is staring in my general direction, wondering what's going on.
Like, why is he talking to the screen and not me? Okay, is it just me, or does this look like a cross between Michael Jackson and Madonna?
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Now, is it just me? Before he kissed her, did he just thrust his junk right into her mouth?
Yeah.
Yes, he absolutely did that. Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
When you make out.
Step 1, step 2, you know.
So I believe this is called She Walks by Poster Children. That little clip.
So apparently, Angelina Jolie was up for this role.
I did hear that.
I can see her
They
doing
decided
that.
she was a little too intense and didn't put her in it, kind of thing.
Yeah, I can see Angelina Jolie being a little too intense.
Mm-hmm. I also like the Devo lamp in the background there.
So good, right?
Everybody's in trouble.
Everybody's in trouble.
That's it. Everybody is a banana head for
A
me.
bigger banana
head.
Well, that was like after the original Teen Wolf. For like a year, I called everybody a dick nose. Because it was written on the guy's shirt.
Yep.
Love it.
So, I guess banana head's coming back into circulation. So, seeing as you brought up Angelina Jolie up for a part, I guess we can bring up the fact that another fairly well-known actor was supposed to be in this movie, but all of his scenes ended up on the cutting room floor. And that's Tobey Maguire.
Right. Yes, apparently
Oh,
he had an
interesting.
existential crisis and needed to go home.
What I read, he did have numerous scenes filmed already.
Yeah.
That I guess they could have put in or not. He was supposed to play a character called Andre or something, but they decided to. There is, from what I read, 40 minutes of this movie on the cutting room floor somewhere.
Gone.
Yes.
That's a lot.
Released a special edition, remix edition in 2003 that had about 16 minutes put back in, but a lot of it just ended up swept up and put in a recycling bin, or torched actually, because it's nitrate. So,
well, originally when they made this, the movie was supposed to take place over 2 days.
Yes.
Now with everything they cut out, they're like, let's just make it one day. Yeah. Which actually suits the movie better, seeing as it's Rex Manning Day. Now we have a day, a movie based around that specific thing.
And I read too that this was an unscripted moment. Sorry. Like she just did this.
Yeah, and they told her they would, like, she was supposed to just like do something small with her hair, or they were gonna do a bald cap, and she's like, no, I want to shave my head, and they did it all in one scene. And she did it by herself, and then they helped clean it up a little bit after. But they filmed it in like 3 hours, which is insane. That's such a short amount of time to film an entire scene. And we're listening to Free by the Martinis.
Warren, I don't need to explain my artwork to you.
I want the Game Boy.
Oh. My friend Aaron just texted and said that in the credits, Tobey Maguire is actually credited in the movie, even though he's never seen.
Huh.
Wow.
Must have been one of those moments that the credits were filmed and recorded before the final cut.
It's still in the sink if you want to glue it.
Everybody in this movie has a quip. I love it.
Yes.
Another drinking game could be anytime Lucas says entirely. Fun fact, Robin Tooney also tried to commit suicide in 1996's The Craft. Well, in the same manner.
Interesting. Well, it's kind of a classic teen girl thing to do. Just cutting and yeah.
Certainly the, certain individuals for sure.
I love that when you rubbed her head, you could actually hear the scraping.
Like, did they add that in? Like, they thought of it and thought, like, we got to add that.
There's a Foley artist that designed that specific sound somewhere. I guarantee it.
Oh! Today.
Today.
One of my favorite lines. I have to say, in this movie, my crush for Robin Tooney was the one that stuck further after this movie.
Mm.
Such anger. But honestly, could they have like created 3 so distinctly different characters?
I mean, they could have tried harder, but they didn't really need to, obviously.
Pretty much the entire cast of this movie, there's not 2 characters anywhere similar to each other.
No, yeah.
They went for as much of a broad demographic as they possibly could.
So this is I Shot the Devil by Suicidal Tendencies.
One of my favorite bands at the time.
Mm-hmm. Right? Oh, good. Aww.
I gotta pee, Joe.
He looks so helpless. Poor Louis.
I just love the fact that he stays on the couch for the most part. Like,
yeah,
that's what he's told to do, and he's like, well, I guess I'll just. Now,
can we just also say that
how
Joe
many
is
pairs
the
of
best
shoes
boss
do you
ever?
think? Oh, Joe is the best boss ever. Ow. Ow.
Vito.
Crazy, like. Eddie!
Yes!
Everybody's gotta like Eddie. The one thing I never knew about Eddie, does he work here or does he work at the pizza place?
Never knew. Or is it both places? I know he's like the boyfriend. Does he just hang out there a lot?
I think he works
There's
at the
only
pizza place
once in this movie that Joe asks him to do something.
Yeah, but you know, if somebody was always around, wouldn't you? Like, it's kind of like he's paying rent for being around.
I think it's during the funeral scene that he's like, hey, Eddie, can you go handle cash? And I'm like, I didn't even know Eddie worked here.
You may not have.
I just thought he hung out.
He's just there so much.
Not entirely. Drink it. Dun, 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 dun.
So we all know this one. Money. That's what I want. Fucking flying lizards. So good.
Okay, my friend Sarah has pointed out the obvious that he does show up. Shane has a locker there, so he's
okay.
an employee. Just one that doesn't do much.
Yeah, okay. Fair.
Money. I find it funny that Gina knew to turn the music down right at the exact moment.
Yeah, just so perfectly.
What is going on?
Orange aprons.
Now, honestly, how hard would it have been for us to get a couple of those aprons to wear during the? I was
contemplating going to Home Depot and seeing if I could steal one of theirs, just to have like the orange little bit.
I have a friend who works at Home Depot. I could totally ask him about this.
Oh. Damn the man.
Indeed.
Let me explain it to you.
I don't know why he had to loop everybody else into that. That's just mean.
Well, they're all, could potentially
look at AJ. He's fucking sad. AJ's Mark's the saddest.
Sad.
Oh.
Mark didn't know he was a loser until just right then.
Oh.
See how hard it hit him? Fucking horrible. I feel that line had lived. It's like she was coming up with it on the spot.
So good.
Primo
Video
pizza.
killed the radio star. The Buggles.
Drink.
Here it comes. Yes!
So, does everybody know that this song has the distinction of being the very first video ever played on MTV
Yes, I knew that.
back in 1981?
Like I was like, I'm gonna try and get off the couch.
Oh,
I like the little detail in this scene because I've used those tables many and many a
They're such
time.
a
So many
bitch.
times. Yep.
Pain in the ass. Ow, ow. So did either of you ever rock the skirt sweater combo?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I never got the chance.
I had an Angora
Always
little
try
one. It
now,
was
Tyler.
short
I mean,
sleeve. Yeah.
You still got time.
I don't know, my dad bod might fucking not.
Oh, Warren.
Warren! Joe, it's okay. I'm gonna leave the couch. It's okay if I leave the couch, Joe? I'm gonna leave the
I
couch.
like how he's talking to
Technically leave
Joe,
the
who's
couch.
behind glass. Can't hear him. No way.
There we go. And foot off.
But he still has the couch.
Yeah, he's good. Not breaking the rules.
Like, I'm just gonna go. Not entirely.
Oh, Mark's gonna
I
start.
love this part. The name.
Does Lucas just have running shoes just placed around the store?
I feel like that's
He literally
the joke.
just sat down on a random stool and changed his fucking shoes. Like he's Mr. fucking Rogers.
Apparently, maybe everybody has a pair of runners at that very specific position. That might be the we're going to take off after people position.
Like everybody walks into the store and just drops their shoes off in the middle of the store somewhere.
Under the couch?
I think you had them tucked under the couch. Yeah.
It's a primo view
Yeah.
spot for, well, what's going to happen very shortly.
You some kind of weirdo?
Coat.
So while filming this scene, Warren's stunt double, Christopher Lee Bennett, ran into the car door so hard he actually cracked his ribs.
No. And this is Ready, Steady, Go. Macy's, I think.
Yeah, or Mises? Probably
Mises?
I kind of want to
Sure.
say Mises.
Such a good song. It's perfect for this scene.
Generally a good
No.
plan.
And I don't think while chasing down a shoplifter as a store employee, you were allowed to run across people's cars.
Probably. It's,
You do
I mean,
what you've got to
generally
do.
frowned upon, and I think always.
Yeah, so on this scene right here, a couple of broken ribs.
Gronk.
Oh.
Ow.
But it made the movie. It looks great. It's perfect.
Well done. Your rib was well sacrificed, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, the shirt.
Yeah, I cut it too short. The hair, I forgot.
That line seems weird to me because how is that cut too short?
Right?
I mean,
There's still a lot.
I think he was stuck in the 80s, and he never got out.
I wish I could be stuck in the 80s.
I did.
Oh,
Oh God.
that'd be
My bangs were
great.
like up to
Fun.
fucking here.
Oh yeah, the bangs. I had them that like went down the side, like
I had like
up
a
and like
lion's
swept
mane.
over.
Like it was amazing.
Mm.
I remember in middle school there was that one hallway that you couldn't physically walk down because all the girls' lockers on either side and the hairspray just engulfing the middle of the. You had to go around everywhere.
Tyler.
Oh yes,
I love how he's like, you
they're
can't
torn
look,
on the
I'm gonna
garment
look.
issue. I think so. This is "Thorn in My Side" by Quicksand. Yes,
Potentially
those
my
little
favorite
like
song on
black
the album.
panties. Yes. Little
Isn't better than a little side boob. Except for that purple shirt.
Later.
Hey Joe, you Jane. Hair. No, it looks good.
Even she's faking it.
Little bastard.
Ass Ponies. Who doesn't
Good
love a
name.
band named the Ass Ponies?
I wonder if they ever toured with the Rainbow Butt Monkeys.
Seems like a perfect pair. We even managed to see them when they were still the Rainbow Butt Monkeys. I remember this.
Monkeys, yeah. I still have their album from when they were the Rainbow Butt Monkeys with fucking circles on it.
Oh yes, good song.
Literally the only song I listened to off the album, mind you, but still a good song.
It's like a space chair.
I wonder if playing Rex Manning was a step up from being the lead in Grease 2, as my friend Aaron just pointed out that that's where he was before this.
Oh, that's who he is.
Yes,
Oh my
yeah, that
gosh,
was
brilliant.
like his breakout role was Grease 2.
Oh no.
Which
That
really could have just set him up for this. Really. I would also like to mention that every single time AJ is drawing in this picture, he is just working on the hair.
The hair is lovely though.
We've seen him drawing in the book 3 times, just been hair.
What is with the magnet to the face?
On
I
his
need to
eyes.
know.
Being a guy, I can say that we appreciate just picking stuff up and just sticking it against us in some weird fashion.
It explains so much.
It's kind of the same way I'll lie down on the couch with one arm just stuck straight up in the air for no apparent reason. It's a oddly comfortable thing.
Okay. Maybe just the nice coolness of the magnet.
That's it. The cold metal on your
I
face.
can relate to that. I can get that.
Sure.
Does it actually have a jack? Ah, Warren, such anger.
Look at his face. He's like, whoa. This kid's more intense than me. What do I do?
Ah, Mark, you're so conflicted.
Oh. And the song is called Real.
Ooh, that's clever and original.
Original, yeah. Or anyone.
Ah, rap, metal, rap, metal, Whitney Houston.
What the hell?
My girlfriend,
It's
okay?
for his girlfriend. Now, whilst he doesn't have a girlfriend in the movie, he was supposed to have a sister.
Indeed. But, you know, like everybody.
I don't know.
Like,
Or like Tobey Maguire ended up on the cutting room floor somewhere.
Yeah, her name, if I remember correctly, was Lily, and she was supposed to be played by Alan Moyle, the director's wife.
Oh, weird.
Even if there was a correlation, there's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
That young lady is a bit of a bitch.
Yeah. So rude.
I mean, we know he deserves it. But
Say no more.
More, more.
is this lady an actual opera singer from a former life?
Burko.
Yes.
There are many facts.
I would also like to believe that in that last scene that Ethan Embry applauded under his own free will and that wasn't in the script. Because that just seemed like a character break right there. Should we mention that during the filming of this, that character right there, the Burko, is technically at this time Liv Tyler's stepdad?
He doesn't look like a stepdad.
In real life?
What?
Yeah.
He was married during the filming of this to Liv Tyler's mom.
Wow, that's an amazing fact.
And originally, they were looking at Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day to play this role, but couldn't do
That's
it
right.
because he was too busy touring with Green Day.
Wow, that would have been awesome too.
Would have been, but then we wouldn't have gotten the name Coyote Shivers.
So the original pairing, though, was Billy Joe Armstrong and Angelina Jolie.
Oh, that would have been a hot couple.
Yeah. That might have been a little too much. Like, I don't know if I could have dealt with that.
Now this is all about 90s dancing right here.
Is there
Lucas's fucking white boy shuffle going on?
You've got it by AC/DC.
Come on, I think we mostly just bounced in the 90s. Like, really, come on. And like some hip grindy things. That's really what we did.
But like what Lucas is doing, that's like so classic. Because it was a little bit like Axl Rose, and it was like
that's
a little
actually really
Steven Tyler.
A little Steve Tyler, a little.
Oh,
I've never been able to sport a turtleneck.
I'm at
40 minutes and 15 seconds.
While I am not generally an AC/DC fan, I do like this one.
This
one is good.
Great. I agree.
I love how AJ like just goes across the
Oh yeah, my friend Aaron actually continued on to our little bit of trivia there that he lied about his age to get the job,
yes,
Coyote Shivers.
Yep.
And then he got caught because it was found out that he was Liv Tyler's stepdad at the time.
He was able to get car insurance in California, which apparently you needed to be 26 to do.
Oh, so he was like way old.
Yeah,
okay.
He was 30 at the time. So he was like 10 years older than everybody else, pretty much.
And everyone in the movie. Okay.
Not that he looks it.
No.
You start. Oh, sure.
no.
Oh, I did have something about the Game Boy, but now I can't remember it.
I still have my gray Game Boy from 1989. And it works. Are you jealous?
I'm a little bit jealous,
it's like
yeah.
the equivalent of a Nokia cell phone.
Now, do you still play it?
I actually have it stored in my like emergency bag. Like if everything shuts down, I will be able to play. I will still
You
be
got
able to
Tetris and
game.
Mario.
Yeah.
Tetris would keep me free.
And batteries are stored separately so that they don't erode.
Good plan.
Very good. Very good.
Forward thinking.
So nerdy.
Some giant ass rings on her fingers.
Two things I've never done. One is the Lucas turtleneck, and two is the Burko. I only have one button on my shirt done up at any given time.
You're not like dramatic enough to do the turtleneck. I'm sorry. You're not that guy.
And exactly what does Burko do at the store that he just carries his guitar around everywhere he goes?
He's just cool.
Yeah.
He's just the cool guy.
Oh, so he's there for the coolness factor of the store. He just brings an air to it. People look over and go, he works here? I want to shop here.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think the scene should be coming up soon.
So tortured.
A hot bath. Make me feel like a hot bath. So it's a 1:30 right now.
My gosh.
And according to my clock, it's 44:20. So in exactly 37 minutes, somebody shows up.
7.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody pay attention to that.
And the song that we're listening to right now is Romeo and Juliet by the Dire Straits. So good. Another
And Mandy, if you're listening, I am currently at 44:49. Just make sure you're still on track. So that is the stepdaughter of Maxwell Caulfield.
Yes.
That guy, Rex Manning.
So cute.
They couldn't get together, though. Two gingers having a child at some point in time, the thing would be soulless. Oh, and in 2020, he'd get charged with harassment.
Indeed.
I like when his voice cracks. You'll be sorry.
You'll be sorry. Yeah. So somebody do the math. What's 37 minutes from 44 minutes?
Oh no.
That's
15.
too much math.
An hour
For me
and
at 2 o'clock in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm not doing it.
I don't know.
I'll try and keep track of it.
I believe this is the Ballad of El Goodo by Evan Dando from the Lemonhead.
Apparently, at some point, Liv Tyler did backup vocals for this one.
Oh, weird.
Also, apparently, there's a deleted scene where the band that is playing up on the rooftop at the end of this movie actually gets arrested and dragged off by the police.
Oops.
This is the best.
I'm taking Rector's Lodge!
Don't spoil it for the.
Sorry.
Spoiler alert, she freaks out. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe. So happy.
So good. This is What You Are by Drill. Ooh.
Well, that's just provocative.
I think that is what she.
By the way, if this was her plan the entire time, why is she not wearing the matchings? Isn't that the rule? Isn't there an unwritten rule that if you're looking for a little that you wear the matchings?
But it's the 90s, so we were kind of a little bit more grunge, right? So you had you mixed and matched things.
Also, sometimes these things are, purchased by parents.
Yeah, when you're a teenager, that's true.
Where this girl came from, I'm guessing she only got white cotton undies.
Yes. Plus, it's so much more innocent, right?
Is that a big bottle of ranch on the table?
It appears to be.
Jesus.
He's like, blah, blah, blah.
See, not even she can get into that.
Yeah, you're right. The tidy whities is really, that's odd. But I almost wonder if she borrowed the bra from a girlfriend and then the underwear's her own.
That will bring us to a scene later. A scene that Karen has issues with. The scene where her and Jean are sitting outside the diner. The little cafe, sorry.
I do love this song, though.
Yeah, we got the Cranberries, classic 90s with How.
I listened to this CD so much.
Yeah. Yeah. So much. So good. You wore that skirt I hate.
It's always a way to get to a girl's heart.
Yeah, don't say stuff like that.
Tell us that we look terrible. That is definitely going to appeal.
And that you hate something that we wear.
Fair question.
By the way, telling the girl that you like that you hated her skirt. Also, my faux pas is telling the guy who just professed his love to you that you just threw yourself at another fella 30 and a half seconds ago. Not No, don't tell me you love me because I just tried to have sex with Rex Manning. Come on now.
Classic troubled artist.
Oh,
Oh,
so brooding.
brooding.
So sad.
He's the Dawson Leary of this movie. Oh, and by the way, here's the scene where she gives the bra back.
Oh, so okay, I was right. That's why it didn't match. There we go.
Which means she showed up not wearing a bra at all. I think she just
Or she got it the night before because they ride together, right?
Yeah. Karen, you seem to be shaking your head. Would you like to indulge us with your thoughts? Because I've already been through this with you, so let's let everybody else in on it.
We had a discussion about this. I dislike the fact that in this one of the only things I dislike about this movie is that they portray the relationships amongst the girls as being really contentious, and I don't think that is a completely fair representation. Although I have certainly observed and experienced such friendships at that point in time in my life. But apparently, according to Carol Heikkinen, the writer, she actually hadn't written that scene that way at all. She had written it as being supportive of one another. Their friendship was never supposed to be contentious, and that happened in post production. Apparently, Corey's character was really heavily rewritten. So
wow,
it was sort of an interesting Carol, who is was a young woman at one point in her time as well, that she had written it in a different kind of way, and then they decided that they would go in that direction instead.
Oh, that's too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to lighten the mood, anybody want to take a guess at what color and kind of underwear I'm wearing?
Oh.
Just because Gina seems to be a master of this.
In the comments, people, write those colors down. Yeah. And style. Can't she can guess the style too or something?
Yeah, she got the style and the color.
Boom.
That is an awful blue, even for underwear.
There's a guess, Tyler. You should reply to your friend.
Oh, so close.
Oh.
Wait, I have to check myself. Could be right. I don't know. Oh, no. Oh, what did I do?
The song got so fucking huge.
A Girl Like You, Edwin Collins?
I totally
Edwin
recall
Collins.
that.
All right, Deborah making the buttons. Oh my god. This
I
movie's
want
the
a
best.
button maker.
Right?
Who does not? Come on.
It's okay, I didn't spit on it. He loves it. He's so sweet. And in the background, you'll hear Cranberries with Liar. So good. Oh, Power Shack. No, you suck. Oh, stupid. That was it.
Speaking of assault or harassment.
Yeah.
That is not the most passionate kissing I have ever seen in my life.
so uncomfortable on a copier, you know?
Also in that scene, if you're going to do something on a copier and prints are going to come out.
The woman is holding the cushion. Joe's like, what the fuck? AJ lost his shirt.
Oh, and then it's back on.
Nope, still off. Oh, he's back with the cushion. Oh, shirt.
Oh, geez. Oh.
He made it though.
Uh-oh. Where's Gina?
Uh-oh.
I'll take the sofa.
Why did he lose his shirt all of a sudden?
He just took it off when
Changing
he came
for
in.
work.
And now his name's Walt. Uh-oh.
Boom, boom, boom.
Why is the door locked?
Why is it locked?
Where's Rex? I like how Deborah's face looked much like the little alien poster behind her when she did that.
Yes.
No applause?
Ugh. So gross.
The only appropriate reaction to that particular statement, really.
Of course, that line from The Who's My Generation.
Indeed. Apparently, one of the cut scenes is him having a redemption arc.
Rex Manning has a redemption arc?
Apparently.
I would not have liked that movie.
No.
He needs to leave as the asshole he is.
Yeah, it's kind of perfect
So?
just to let him go.
By the way, does being a whore make your tits fall down? And
She is not wearing a bra.
I don't think that either of them are anymore. Oh, what's this?
But yes, indeed, during the 90s, not wearing a bra definitely equated to being a whore. That was a simple trajectory there.
Oh, I was a whore all through the 90s then.
Yes. still are, I'm sure.
Does she know how much speed costs and she's fucking wasting it all?
Just throwing it around.
Jesus Christ, like have some feelings.
She obviously.
Did you
Works
guys
in a
notice on
record
the
store.
whiteboard
She's not making that
behind
much money.
Beavis is drawn, or it's Butthead, I can't remember, but on the whiteboard is drawn like a really great Beavis doing this.
Oh, I
Oh,
didn't see that. Oh no, not
Loses
Rex.
her shit.
And I forgot to mention it, and I haven't seen it yet, but up at the cache, there's a poster that, fuck it, it's a reference to Rory Cochrane's other movie, Dazed and Confused.
Oh,
yes, I
nice.
remember hearing about that.
Yeah, there's a poster that says "Have a nice days" and shows the logo of the Dazed
with
and
the
Confused
happy
movie.
face or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is in reference to, of course, Rory Cochrane playing Ron Slater in Dazed and Confused.
Aha.
So did either of you ever comfort a girlfriend while peeing?
It was definitely a thing.
I can't say I
You go
personally
to-
experienced that. Nope.
You go to parties and like there's only one bathroom, so you go in with like your girlfriends and one pees while you hang out and then you switch. So yes,
I can definitely say
that
I've
is
done
true.
this in bar bathrooms, though. That has
Yeah, when
definitely
you
been
and me used to go to Minglewoods all the time, I would be lined up for the bathroom and see like 7 girls leave at once.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's
We
going
were
on?
definitely having conversations about you guys in there. Absolutely. Just so you know.
Hey Mark!
Hey, Mar.
I love this scene with Guar.
Would you like to take this one, Karen?
Yep.
We got facts about Guar
I don't have so many facts.
and about how this scene was
They had
filmed
to blur
during one
out
of their concerts.
penises.
Oh yes, that they went to a Gore concert to actually film this, and the fans were all a little bit confused, but they just fucking did it anyway. and then they just
Yes.
they didn't tell anybody that it was happening. They just did it. I can only imagine.
And if
what
the
that would have
rumors
been
are
like
to
for
be
the fans
believed,
to see, they would have been like, "What?" But I mean, it's Gore. They do weird fucking shit all the time.
but if the rumors are to be believed, this was on the last day of shooting, and Ethan Embry actually ate pot brownies for the scene.
Yeah.
Just because it was the last day, and he was like, "This should be fun."
Okay.
I mean, dude was smoking like every day anyway. Come on, this is not an unusual behavior for him.
Allegedly.
No, I don't think it's allegedly. I think like he has publicly
Allegedly.
said so.
I did not hear that interview, so allegedly. It's a nice toque, by the way.
Hmm?
So that's a nice toque.
Oh, I love this scene when he talks about Harvard being like a totally other place. Aw.
Come on, Walt. Jesus Christ. Never not with us anymore.
I love that they just have all of these supplies and props around the store.
Of course you
Like,
Come on, it's a record shop.
what? I'm guessing.
Well, they
it's for
obviously dress it
window
up for
display?
Halloween and shit.
Okay. And I do like that they made the pillow using safety pins all around some random fabric. So cute.
I do like that she had to put her hoodie back on for the funeral.
Yeah.
Tyler.
Oh, poor Mark.
It's like, what the fuck? I have been this guy. I understand this pain. Customers, fuck.
It's
What the
so
hell?
stressful. Retail is scary when you're all by yourself.
Oh, it's awful. I worked for like
Help,
Sears.
help me. Help me.
Oh, God. Now, here's my confusion over this scene. Is we get a call for help because it's so busy, so one person goes out and the other person comes back. So there's still only one person out there manning the cash.
But a person who's very calm. He's taking care of it.
Better than Mark.
Yeah.
Mark's competence level
Handling
is
stress.
questionable at best. Come on. Sweet kid. Mm. Not a good life.
Oh, that's reassuring. Fine. And there's Mark. Just everything's taken care of
They
now.
took care of the line, and now there's nobody else in the store.
No
so
shoplifters.
he got to come
For
back.
sure.
Oh, yeah. No, you're safe.
For the boys.
Not because I was a bedwetter.
I mean, he's obviously terrible.
So I used to use this little monologue that he does, along with a little bit more that an old acting teacher gave me, and in auditions. I don't know
That's
why
funny.
I thought it was like the coolest little
I used to
monologue.
use a monologue from another Alan Moyle film. I used to use a monologue from Pump Up the Volume.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, the scene where he's about to quit doing his little radio show and then snaps and comes back on the air after the kid commits suicide. I used to use that monologue for my auditions.
Oh.
Nice. Uh-oh, Warren.
War.
There it is. It's like a little sticker that's stuck to the front of the cash register, the Dazed and Confused reference. Oh, you can't really see it.
He's like, what?
Oh, no.
Oh.
Far more calm than anybody would be now about any of that.
An amazing manager. I love how Deborah handles it. She's pretty amazing for this.
And I like that she makes reference to Alanis Morissette. If anybody's seen
Canadiana.
Dogma. Calling me Warren. His name is Warren. I thought his name was Warren.
How does name is Warren? Oh, yeah, she says, yeah, what's up, right?
Where's the roll? Come on, Mark. There it is. Superior.
Aw. That's it.
That's it. What? A record store? It just comes out of nowhere every time.
Hot. Aw.
Best boss ever.
Aw, AJ.
Damn that.
Don't drop the soap. In this scene, if we watch carefully, you'll notice that Gina puts money in twice.
Oh.
Just one of those goofs that I managed to find. Somebody puts a Bazooka Joe comic in.
I mean, those were worth money.
There it is. Yeah.
Hey.
Bazooka Joe is the best and worst gum.
Yes.
The only thing worse were those chiclets that taste like soap.
Thrills.
Thrills. That was it.
I can still like have that smell in my like back of my throat, nose of that weird. So why? Why?
See?
Now, does anybody remember the name of the little round gum that you used to get in the vending machine that was like different colors and kind of tasted the same way and like broke apart when you initially started chewing it?
Oh, just the gumballs?
No, they were.
No,
like
it was
flat.
like a little like flat disc kind of.
Yeah, and they were.
Oh no, I don't remember those.
Grape
Are they
and
Razzles?
Orange and some other red flavor. You know, like,
yeah, literally when you bit into them, they just completely fell apart, and then as you chewed, they turned back into gum.
Oh, I don't know what those
were.
were.
Weird.
They were amazing.
So gross.
And terrible. Because that was the way the candy was.
Terrible. Oh. Kara needs to be quiet. Everybody.
Oh.
Man, save the Empire.
The first.
Oh, and then my
bomb.
favorite song of the soundtrack. No Music Town.
So is this Plowed by Sponge, I think?
Yes.
And not.
I have this on like every Spotify playlist I've ever made.
And that's not on the official soundtrack either, I don't believe.
No, it's not.
It's a tragedy. I wonder how many cameos we are seeing here that are not, like, acknowledged. You know what I mean? Like, random.
Or that we wouldn't recognize at the time. Trident by the sound.
Oh, Alice in Chains.
Oh, the Alice in Chains.
Oh, good.
Cover art from their
Facelift, I think it was.
Sure. Yes, Facelift album.
That's when a lot of the record stores like Virgin would pay low to make large paintings of the album covers to have in their window displays, and so it would support local artists and be like practice for the artists and good for their resumes and stuff. No longer done, but I had a friend who did it. She was a part of a team called Cat and Mouse, and they used to do HMV and Virgin records.
Aw,
that's awesome.
Tyler and I were just having a conversation the other day about how much we missed like album art and all of that kind of stuff. Like that is something that has disappeared with the digital age.
Completely.
I so miss that kind of stuff.
It's also the same reason why I will still buy Blu-rays for some of my favorite movies, is because I want the cover art, I want the back write-up, I want everything. I want it sitting on my shelf with everybody else, like everything else.
Yeah,
I
to
will
have a
admit that,
physical copy is great.
yeah, I will admit that streaming has cut my purchases down substantially. There's still movies that you have to own, though.
Agreed.
Like my 4 different copies of Empire Records, because like you, I have it on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, and the remix.
No, Luke.
Shut up. He does not. You have to start up. No, I don't. But I will.
Shortly.
Very short.
And so easily and so friggin' cheaply. I want to buy a record store on an entire like plot. He's buying the whole thing, like the property and everything. It's crazy.
And this is apparently taking place in Delaware, according to trivia.
Oh, and by the way, I've done the math. It should be at 123 of running time.
Okay.
I
So this is
think.
Zellweger's singing
Hey.
debut.
Yes.
And considering that we just saw her like doing Judy, as playing Judy Garland, I feel like her skills have developed. But
Yeah.
this is still a whole lot of fun.
So fun. Sugar High. Originally by the Coyote Shivers.
I remember rewinding, seeing the first couple of times I saw this movie, I'd rewind and listen to this little musical moment over and over again.
And it's a shame that they don't put this version on the album because it's such a good version. And these rad chicks in their aprons.
I'm fairly sure they just got the entire fucking like background cast of Dazed Confused to show up for this party. Doesn't anybody work here? Warren!
He's like, I gotta pay.
Yes!
Oh, the neon necklaces.
That's good. Sugar High.
Not appropriate to do in this time.
No.
Oh no, that's just spreading Corona. Count it. Twice. Jerk. Oh, asshole, sorry.
Very generous asshole, though.
Just like, let me get the fuck out of here. Do it!
What? I kiss myself goodbye. Sugar High, can you feel me when I need you goodbye? Oh, and the gum was called Sour Chews.
Oh, nice.
Thank you to
Well
whoever provided that answer.
You can thank Aaron for that one.
Thank you, Aaron.
So good.
Well, entirely perfect. And there it is. My timing could have been off, but this is supposedly exactly 37 minutes of runtime after he checks his watch at 1 o'clock.
I bet you if we watched the VHS version, it would probably be exactly timed.
Probably. Because everything in VHS is right.
It's perfect.
A video.
Yes.
What is more than love? Like love cubed?
Oh, whoa.
Certainly squared. At least.
Love infinited?
Yeah.
I'm going to school in Boston.
Her doing the faint in a few seconds was improvised, and AJ wasn't expecting it, obviously, and they kept it, which I think is really cute.
And the
That's
lights
what I
going on
do.
right at that moment is fantastic as well. I'm curious as to who turned them on, however.
They were warming up before.
I mean,
right, they are neon. They take that time.
Right?
they really did.
I also like that nobody else at this moment knows that they are on the roof, but in about 30 seconds,
all there.
everybody shows up there. It's everybody down below in the midst of a party, managed to find each other and go, hey,
Follow
go up to the roof. So what you're telling me is I'm supposed to climb to the top of all shops and fucking places?
Always.
They have a light up there?
Go up.
Obviously. And we have finally This Is the Day by the.
By the. Oh, man.
Because while they're thinking of the name, they were like, the. That's
Done.
good for that. So she has obviously just come for a little bit of shore leave from her fishing vessel.
I'm just impressed that toque stays in that position and doesn't
That exact
pop off.
position with all that hair trying to throw it asunder. Get in there, Eddie. Or Walt. Whatever your fucking name is.
Depends on where he's working.
Alias.
True. I did like how they made Lucas and Joe dress somewhat similar with the Voss leather threads and stuff. Like they were kind of one in each. Like, that was fantastic.
Still awesome.
Yay!
I'm also a little sad that out of all the top 10 names that we just saw go by, that AJ there, Whitmore or whatever, I don't think he's been in too much since.
He's done a lot of
I don't
guest
think so either.
In a million things, but he's become that guy in that thing. Like that's.
Oh, there. Tobey Maguire is actually credited. He's going by right now.
I caught that.
Oh my gosh, that's so weird. Even though he's nowhere to be seen.
No, not in the film.
But yeah, it seems that his career of any of them hasn't risen in the same kind of way, for sure. And he's super cute. I mean,
so dreamy.
Yeah, but maybe he sucks. I don't know. I shouldn't say that.
That's what acting coaches are for.
Or maybe he had a tough time for a while. This could also be possible. Oh, Primus.
Primus.
I did get to see them live, and they were freaking amazing, I must say.
I saw them at Lollapalooza one year. It was really good. Oh, the Pixies. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure once you mention the Pixies, the conversation just ends there.
Like, oh no, that wins.
Like that's just like the winner.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, okay,
Pixies
never mind.
Yeah.
Whoever names the Pixies first just wins that musical fucking argument. I like that an accident just happened too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was like
didn't phase them.
There's a random accident and a hubcap goes like the sound of a hubcap goes rolling by. Oh well, that was fun.
That was fun.
That was awesome. Thanks so much, you guys, for letting me join in. That was great.
Yeah. I
Thank
mean,
you for coming.
We'll probably do this again next year, I would imagine. So, you're welcome to join again.
I love
for
it.
anybody listening, me and Karen are planning on doing this again in August because it is the 15th anniversary of Scott Pilgrim versus the World. 15th? 20th?
10th?
10th? Oh yeah, no, it was 2005.
Okay, then 15th. Okay.
15th.
Whoa, it's
Fuck
been
you.
15 years?
I'm fairly sure.
Scott
I mean, well, the credits.
Pilgrim?
I will look this up.
Actually. Oh well, Mandy, you're very welcome. Because, that was just so much fun.
I had a blast and a couple of drinks, feeling good. Oh yeah, you're right. 2010, so the 10-year anniversary. We're going to be live versus the world, and our drinking game for that night will be anytime a pop culture reference shows up on the screen. So everybody is welcome to join us for that. But I guess this kind of puts the end to this.
Indeed. And our next podcast will be getting aired, like April 20th
I think we're going to record that around the 18th. So it'll be published around the 20th, 21st. And being at our 5th episode, because we haven't been at this too long, but we figured we'd take our 5th episode and we're going to go back in time. We're gonna weave a few tales, and it's gonna include like sex and drugs and copious amounts of alcohol and fucking good music, and we're gonna tell the story about how one, what the X in experience means, if you haven't all figured it out, and how me and Karen met 20 years ago, and then somehow decided that we were gonna do a podcast together 20 years later. So
indeed. And Mandy was mentioning here that today is also the 30th anniversary of the first episode of Twin Peaks. And I remember how much that transformed my social group of friends. Like, everybody was watching this, everybody had theories, everybody had ideas. It was probably one of the first shows that I really saw make a huge cultural influence on my social group. Kind of thing. So definitely worth noting. And, revisiting for that matter. Yeah.
Well, if we want a little extra trivia on this date, though it was recently announced by the writer herself that this date didn't have anything to do with the movie, even though there was rumors that it did, today marks the day that Kurt Cobain's body was actually found. And there were rumors that this date was picked for this movie because of that, but in a Instagram post earlier today, actually, what's her name? Carol actually showed a picture of her original first draft of the script, which was written long before Kurt Cobain killed himself or his body was found, and it was actually still dated as April 8th. So the long rumor was that this date was chosen for that purpose, but that rumor was kind of proved wrong earlier today. Yeah. And I just happened to be watching her Instagram at the time she posted that.
I'm kind of glad that isn't the case, in fact. It just
because this movie had nothing to do with that. Like,
it
would have been a weird issue to write a movie about that is kind of more of the happy-go-lucky, like not your younger, brooding, like, singer-songwriter. Like Rex Manning is nothing like that. He's like a pop diva, like fucking. So I'm kind of happy that the two dates didn't really have any correlation to each other. But anyway, that's a little trivia, a little nod for everybody out there.
And one thing that I also came across is this year in 2020, this movie was supposed to become a Broadway musical. I was like, soon.
Oh, I heard that.
But I guess
I would have bought tickets for every night of its run.
Considering everything, of course, that is going on in the world right now, I am guessing that might get, at the very least, delayed. But I would really love to know how they would do this. Like that would be that could be a lot of fun. I would definitely see it. But it's far. I don't think I'm gonna make it somehow. Other side of the ocean and all of that kind of nonsense. All right. Well,
Oh,
I
that's
suppose
right.
we
There
should
is
say
like
goodbye to
6,100
our
kilometers
folk
of water
here.
between us.
And thank you so
Yes.
much, everybody, for joining us. And we would really love for you to join us the next time that we do this. And I hope you guys have an awesome night. So, damn the man, and happy Rex Manning Day if it, for as many hours as we have left of it. Right. Bye, guys.
See you later. Thanks for coming, Christine. Karen.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You are so very welcome. Hold on. I have to actually finish this. There we go. Now I press the button.
Bye.